Number one, there will be ups and downs, just like everything. Number two, success or failure is up to you. If you succeed, it's because of you. If you fail, it's because of you, not because the person who introduced you to USANA. Number three, the goal is for you to become independent and be that leader for your team. Number four, make your plan on the weekends, do it, review it, and make adjustments. Plan, do, review, adjust. Number five, it's going to take time. It's going to take 1 year to become competent. It's going to take 3 years to develop a significant part-time income. It's going to take 5 years to develop a full-time income and 7 years to become world-class. And it can happen faster if you visualize. Just a little tip. Number six, it's going to take consistency, work, and hustle. Number seven, you're going to have to grow and get outside of your comfort zone. Number eight, mental toughness is necessary. Number nine, the grass is not greener in other companies. I've seen people leave USANA and never make what they made with their USANA business. And number 10, this is a long-term game. USANA is 25 years strong, 26 years strong actually now, with over $2.5 billion paid out to its associates. It's provided me and my wife a full-time income for over a decade, as well as thousands and thousands of people, also full-time incomes around the world. And lastly, remember that amateurs sell products, but professionals sell the vision. Make sure that you're showing your clients everything that USANA has to offer. Share this webinar with your clients. Share this link, tag them, send out this link, because these stories are very impactful and life-changing. And few have done it better than Monica Penrod. She is a foundation executive, 5-star diamond, been with USANA for, I believe, 18 years now. And she is a dear friend of mine. She has mentored me for many years, and many of our team members here on this call as well. Monica, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to share your story with us. And thank you for being such a great friend in my life as well. I'm super excited to hear your story today.
Hey, Jared, thank you so much. And I appreciate being on here with you and everyone else who's watching and listening. And it is an honor. I'm so thankful and so proud that you have done what you've done in the team and all the lives that you've been impacting. I treasure you. I treasure your family. You and Crystal have done an amazing job, and I just wanted to honor you and say that, because it's been amazing what you guys have been able to accomplish. And Brian and I appreciate that very, very much. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words.
So what do you want to hear?
We want to know everything. We want to hear the good, bad, and the ugly today.
but specifically, I got the ugly down, man. I got the ugly.
Specifically what your life was like before USANA, some of the challenges that you encountered along the way of building your business, and what's your life like today thanks to your USANA business journey, health story as well. We want to know how it's impacted that as well. So basically, for the next 15 or so minutes, we want to hear your story. I'm going to turn my webcam off, and we just want to focus on you. And then we'll open it up for questions about 12, 22, or around there, like the last 8 to 10 minutes for questions.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So I have been involved with USANA for 20 years.
20 years.
This is my 20th anniversary this July.
Wow, awesome.
And I just received our new patch for our $1 million member jackets. Yeah, it's got a crown on there. And, when I first got started with USANA, I was a waitress working at Planet Hollywood. And I was broke, living paycheck to paycheck, feeling very destitute at the time. Not only was I overweight, but also my body going through a lot of changes from having had a baby. And I was not married at the time. So at that time, I considered myself a single mom with a baby, working my rear end off, waiting tables, and missing out on a lot of family events. And I love my family very much. And at the time, it was really hard to go to work and leave my son behind. The good thing about that was that he got to spend time with my family. My children have never, when they were small, did not have babysitters outside of our family. And so that I'm very, very grateful for. I had a very supportive family at the time. And But things were very, very hard, just like a lot of other people. If you're watching this and you're in a position where you feel tight, you feel like you're enclosed, you feel like the world is squeezing you, and you're finding yourself in a place where you're just not happy with your life. My hope is that you would be hopeful after listening to my story, because it is a pretty amazing story. So I'm in this financial position where I don't know, I'm waiting tables and I'm thinking of going back to school. I'd already had 4 years of college, and my attitude at that point was, I've got to make myself more valuable so that I can make more money in the marketplace. I had already had 4 years of college, like I just said, and I had already been involved with another company. I had been involved with Amway, and I had dipped my toe in Mary Kay, and never really had any true success with either of those companies, but I learned an incredible amount of information, and I also learned what didn't work at that time. And so I knew the network marketing industry, but I had gotten to a point where I felt that I still felt that how could I possibly build another business in this industry? And so I got a negative taste because of some things that I had experienced and was exposed to. So I decided to go back to school. That was my solution. Forget network marketing. I'm going to go back to school, and I was going to study microbiology, immunology, infectious diseases. And so I enrolled in school at the time. Brian, who is my business partner, Brian says to me, I just found this business. It's going to help create freedom for us, for me, for you, for our son. But I don't think going to school is the wisest choice for you right now. And I was like, say what? That's going to be my solution, is I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to get a job, and that's going to be my life, because I wanted security. A lot of us look for security, and that's what I was looking for. I was needing a high level of certainty at that time, and I wasn't getting that from waiting tables. And so I enrolled at UTSA here in San Antonio. I was going to have my school paid for. Okay, get this. I was going to have my school paid for. And I remember seeing myself on the edge of a cliff. This was in my head. And thinking, okay, if I can stay safe, I can stay safe up here on the cliff. Okay, it's flat. I'm grounded. If I stay here, I'm safe. That's how I was seeing going back to school and getting a job. But if I jump off this cliff, that's flying and roaming into the unknown, into the dark. I don't know what's going to happen. And that was very scary for me. And I remember thinking, I could always go back to school if I wanted to down the road. If this doesn't work out, I could go back to school and I could still pursue what I was going to pursue. And I decided, I called UTSA. I canceled my class. And my life today is amazing because of the choice that I made to take that risk. And yeah, it's scary. Anything you do in life, when you venture into the unknown and you don't know what's going to happen in your life, it is scary. It scares the crap out of me. It still scares the crap out of me today when I take on new challenges. Anytime I get on stage and speak in front of people, it's an adventure. And I had to reframe the way that I look at taking risks in life. And I have to look at things as, okay, this is an adventure. When I go hiking, when I go paddling, when I go into the woods and up mountains, I don't know what's going to happen from minute to minute. A bear could jump out, a snake, who knows? I don't know. That's what makes it exciting, is having that uncertainty in life and that adventure. And when we look at a business, like USANA and looking at the industry of network marketing, and you've never been in it. I mean, it's like going to college. When people go to college, there's no guarantee that they're going to have a job. But people get that feeling. It's the feeling of certainty that people get because they're enrolled in school, thinking that they're going to find a career, when the reality is that millions of people that graduate every single year can't find work in the field that they studied at school. And most people I know that went to college are not pursuing what they studied. And so I took that leap of faith, partnered with Brian, helped him, supported him to building a team. And within a couple of years, we became what's called Gold Directors, and that's a minimum of earning $1,000 a week. And then we jumped from what's called Ruby Director to Emerald within, I believe, I don't remember exactly, it was less than 15 months, which is a huge feat in this type of in our industry and in our business. And I credit the amazing people that are part of the team, because there's no way that Brian and I could have done this by ourselves. We have amazing people that are better at doing this, I believe, than we are. We just found some amazing, incredible people that are passionate about going out there and changing people's lives. So I want to share a couple of my biggest things that I had to overcome. So when I joined this business, I didn't necessarily like people. I actually caught myself saying, I hate people everywhere I'd go. If I was standing in line at the grocery store, oh, God, I hate people. If I'm in traffic, oh, gosh, I hate people. I just loathed people at the time. And without going into a lot of detail about that, I basically didn't like myself. That's what it came down to. I wasn't happy with where I was at. And even though we had started a business, it takes time to grow a business. It takes time to create income and wealth in the long term. And in the midst of that, my brain is just acting crazy. I've always suffered from anxiety and depression since the time I was a child, and having to overcome myself. This business is very simple. It's not rocket science. It is so simple. It's easier, in my opinion, than going to school and studying these big, thick textbooks of information. The business is simple. The biggest thing that I had to overcome was this feeling of not liking myself, because not liking myself led to not liking other people. I'm in a network marketing business where this is all about building relationships and networking with people. And how am I supposed to do this? How the heck am I supposed to do this when I don't like people? And so one of the biggest things of overcoming that I had to overcome was overcoming that. And I did that by going through different programs through personal development programs. The first one I went through was called Clemmer and Associates, and learning how to really like and love myself so that I could go out there and contribute, because my heart has always been to serve, even since I was a kid. I've always wanted to serve people. I've always wanted to be there for people and help support people in a big way. But I had to overcome myself. And that's a big hurdle. And I know that I'm not alone in that. And so just like going to school, just like being at a career and a job, there's continued education. There's continued education in this business. And going through these programs helped me to overcome, because when I made a decision that this is going to be my life, USANA is going to be my life. This is what I'm going to do. This is going to be the vehicle. Making a commitment in anything we do in life, we either make a commitment. There's either commitment or there isn't commitment. There's never 10% commitment. There's never an 80% commitment to something. You're either all in or you're not. And I made a decision that I was going to be all in, and going through these programs to learn how to be a better person, to learn how to uncover the things that are between up in my head that are holding me back and keeping me stuck. That was also keeping me stuck in my life previous to the business, because, how we do anything is how we do everything. How I show up in this area is how I'm showing up it's how I'm showing up over here. It's also how I'm showing up in other areas of my life. And so having the support of people in my life that help me to see the greatness that's in me, helping when we see the greatness that is in ourselves, we easily see it in other people. It's so easy. When we love ourselves and we like ourselves and we know that we're good enough and we value who we are and we know that we bring value, it's so easy to see it in other people. And so learning how to be in that space and that place allowed me the space to be able to go out there and love on other people, see their greatness, see their value, build relationships with them, and not just on the surface relationships, where you have a good time with people, but where we really connect at a deeper level. John Maxwell says that we all communicate, but not everybody really connects. And learning how to truly connect with people at a really deep heart level was something that I really never had growing up until getting involved with USANA. And now Brian and I have been able to grow with a team of people over the years and create these amazing relationships where we enjoy being with each other, where we're also contributing back to the world. We're contributing back to our communities by sharing people how to live a healthier lifestyle, how to grow up an income that pays them whether they work or not eventually. And it's been absolutely phenomenal compared to the life I had before, where I felt like I was being choked out, and I was like that wrestler on the mat, tapping the mat. I'm done. I'm done with this way of living, and I want something new and different. But in order for us to have something new and different, we cannot be the same people that we were yesterday. We have to be different. And that's something that has always been in the back of my mind. Anytime I want to pursue something, I have to change my mindset, and I have to put myself with people who have the mindset that I want. Had I stayed waiting tables, who knows? Being around people with the mentality of bringing me down and bringing others around them down, and not in a position where people are lifting you up, that was not good for me. It's not good for any of us. And that's one of the biggest benefits of having a team of people like yourselves and other people that are in other parts of the world on our team, is being with people that are committed to pursuing excellence, people that are committed to their health, people that want to make a huge impact in the world and make a difference in the lives of other people. And we've chosen USANA as our vehicle in being able to do that. And so, I remember overcoming having to use food stamps when I first was involved with USANA. They now call it's now a credit card, not food stamps. But it was a card called the Lone Star card. And I'll never forget going through an H-E-B grocery store, and I pulled out my food stamp card, and the checkout guy said something so rude and annoying. It has never left me. And he said, "Oh, you're going to use your Mexican credit card today." And that hit me so hard right here in my heart. And I remember thinking, you know what? I'm not going to be using these food stamps long. I'm going to get off of these food stamps. I'm going to make income that comes in whether we're working or not. And we're going to have an amazing team of people that are reaching the world and making a difference. And now looking back, I'm off food stamps. I have not used that Lone Star card in, 19 years, I think it is now. And it's the most amazing feeling to know when I go to sleep at night that I'm making money. We're making income while we're sleeping. And that other people on our team are also making money while they're sleeping. because we're all working together in synergy with consistency and commitment to move forward. I live a life of adventure now. I mean, it's fun. I love being able to do, like this morning, I didn't wake up until 9:30 this morning because I went to sleep late because I was on Amazon going through the Amazon deals of the year. and I bought this amazing product that I've been wanting. And 20 years ago, I wouldn't have not been able to purchase something of that amount of value. And it's fun to be able to look at a map and say, okay, where do we want to go? And point on the map and then just go there. It's amazing to have the tax advantages, because I talk to people all the time, you know, that are getting hounded by the IRS. They're paying out so much in taxes, and I'm telling them, you've got to learn the secrets of the wealthy, and that is learning the tax structure, the tax laws. The tax deductions is what I meant. The tax deductions, because I don't have any interest in learning any of that other stuff, but I do know a lot about deductions. And if I want to go on vacation and I get to go meet some amazing people and make an impact in that particular, if I wanted to go to Yellowstone, I could find some people there to go work with, and I'd be able to deduct that vacation. It's just amazing what this business does for people. The other thing is my health. I have had health issues, and the products that I have purposely gotten off of USANA on purpose to see what would happen in my body. I've tested this numerous times throughout 20 years, and without fail, my health has gone down. Low energy, not motivated, not wanting to do anything. And immediately when I get on the product, it's this feeling of vitality and energy and motivation to be able to do what I need to do every day, along with living a healthy lifestyle. And I remember when I first got involved with the business thinking, supplements don't work. You know, people don't need to take this stuff. But I also was overweight, low energy, living with anxiety and depression. And these products have changed my life. They give me the micronutrients that my body needs in order to keep myself healthy, maintain my health. And I cannot be off of these products. I will not get off of these products. My children, since they have been little, have been on these products and take them every single day, and they love them. But they have absolutely changed my life. I have heard, and that's one of the biggest things that sold me on USANA. That's actually the first thing that sold me on USANA was the product. And hearing story after story of testimonials of, people with all kinds of autoimmune diseases and degenerative diseases that have been able to improve their health, where, I can't even tell you the stories, but my job, I would be like this. I would be on the phone listening to messages that people would leave us, and no way. I got to get on these products. I got to get my family on these products. And that is why I continue to do what I do, is because it changes. We have changed so many people's lives, right, Jared? We've changed so many people's lives, not only with their health, but with their money, because money does matter. You know, I wish that this smile could get me free groceries and free clothes and a free Instant Pot. You know, Instant Pot is amazing. I wish that this would do that, but it doesn't. I have to actually go, pull out a form of payment and pay for my Whole Foods groceries every single week. And I wouldn't be able to do that and spend the amount of money that I do on my health had it not been for this business. So it is amazing.
Monica, thank you so much for your story. I love everything you had to say. Thank you for your transparency, talking about the food stamp card and all the challenges that you went through. You're so right about the products making a difference in people's lives. I have the same experience with all our clients and team members, and hearing their stories and just your jaw dropping. Like every week we hear more and more. And we want to just end right now with a couple questions. So if you have a question for Ms. Penrod, could you please type it in the chat? Or if you're on Facebook Live on our USANA Fit family, please type it in the comments and I can ask her the question. So we only have time for about 2 questions. Who wants them? Type in your questions. I'm going to just start by asking Monica, what advice do you have for someone who's brand new, their first maybe year or 2 years in the company, while we're getting some questions going? What's some advice you can give to our newbies?
So my biggest advice is, and we've all heard it, every single one of us has heard it. Some of us are probably, not me, but some people may be tired of hearing this. It's your why. It's knowing with crystal clear clarity why you do what you do. Because when you don't have a target of how you want to show up in the world, how you want to be, what you want to create, you're in the dark. You're in the dark and you're missing the target every single day. And so if you want to hit the target every single day in your life and hit the bullseye, you got to know, who are you? What are you about? What do you want? What do you want this business to give you? Who's going to be with you? What type of people are going to be on your team? Are they committed, dedicated, passionate, go-getters, leaders? Are they health enthusiasts? What is that target? What does that look like? And I always come back to that with everybody, period, even myself. And I can tell you, I have a huge list. Okay, it just goes on and on of compelling reasons why I keep doing USANA and why I keep staying with the business. And this is what keeps me focused and in a place of continue to pursue and move forward.
Thank you. That's a great. I mean, that's so true. That is the foundation.
And I want to be very clear about this. When people say their why is, I just want to make more money, I'm sorry, that's not being crystal clear. Okay, when they say, well, I just want to get healthier, that's not being crystal clear. They've got to go down. I remember Suzanne Cunningham said this years ago, keep asking why until you cry. Because the 2 emotions that drive all human behavior is the need for pleasure and the need to avoid pain. What is it that some people, they're driven to succeed in this business by the pain of their past. They never want to be broke living in a shack. I know people, or living in their car. That pain drives them. Or it's the pleasure, the adventure of life that drives people. So people need remember this, you have to get down to the root emotion, because it's the emotion behind your why that's going to drive you, not just simply getting healthy. Oh, getting healthy, that doesn't make me passionate. But I tell you what, if somebody was to tell me, I want to get healthy because I want to be able to pick up my grandkids and hold them, and I want to be able to do marathons with them. I want to be able to climb the Mount Kilimanjaro with them. I want to be on the top of that mountain in the best health of my life with super energy and vitality and mental and emotional clarity and well-being, that when I lift my hands at the top of that mountain, it's going to be the most amazing, exhilarating, adventurous, glorious, joyful feeling that I have. And that's what I always try to help people get to, is what are the emotions behind all that?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, because that definitely helps all of us think a little bit deeper about our why. I know my why is definitely to avoid pain. Just being honest. I don't want to be a poor guitar teacher again. So I continue to work. All right. So last 2 questions. Jared Harris asks, when it comes to enthusiasm, what have you done to make sure your enthusiasm doesn't scare away prospects?
So, all right, let me think about that one for a second. So I'm listening, Brian and I, so we do a meeting every week with our children for 2 hours every Monday at 1. Okay, and we're going into our 4th week, and we've been listening to the audio, Everyone Communicates But Few Connect by John Maxwell. And John Maxwell, so instead of me telling you my answer, I'm going to tell you what John Maxwell says. John Maxwell said that you need to be passionate. People need to see your passion. People need to see that you're enthusiastic. But I think a lot of us mistake enthusiasm, and I'm going to show you, with physiological with our body language. Like, if I was talking to somebody and, I'm so excited and you're using your emotions and you're displaying them with your body. If you're talking to somebody who is an analytic type person, who is maybe very closed off, maybe they don't show their emotions very much, they don't want you in their space, and you're over here displaying all of this enthusiasm in your body language, you're probably going to turn them off, because the business, building relationships and building connections with people is building rapport with people. And we build rapport with people by being able to be relatable. And so you can be enthusiastic without going overboard with your body language. You don't have to show enthusiasm when you're so much in your display with your hands and in your body. You could simply do it with your face, with your eyes, with the way that you use your voice, the pitch of your voice, the cadence of your voice, without going overboard. And, oh my God, I'm so excited. I got to share something with you. And how are you doing? And, oh, what do you do for a living? And where do you work out? And, how do you feel about health? You don't have to, you're going to blow people away. Now, if you're talking to somebody else who is like that, then doing all this mess, it's okay to do, because you're going to relate to those kinds of people. So he mentions mirroring people, being relatable to them, building rapport with them by matching their energy. You could still be enthusiastic, but you need to match people and mirror them. And I'm hoping that makes some sense to you. If you go to YouTube, you can type in the search, the DISC for personalities, and you'll learn all kinds of information on how to be able to relate to people in that way, without being overly enthusiastic and blowing them away. I mean, you can be enthusiastic with your eyes and your eyebrows.
Wow. Jared Harris, you just got $2,000 worth of value in 4 minutes there easily. I'm sure Monica has learned these things all at these seminars, and that was awesome, everything you just said. Thank you, Monica. Last question. Rene R. Martinez Jr. asks, if you knew what you know now about college and your business, and you went back before you did 4 years of college, would you have still done the college for 4 years?
Yes. Yes, and I'm actually contemplating going back to school to study psychology, because it's something that I love, and I love coaching people. It's my heart. I'm able to do things now, right? When I said I could always go back to school, I can do and I've gone through a lot of schooling. I just haven't gone to traditional college. I spent a little bit over $50,000 on my education, learning from Tony Robbins, learning from John Maxwell, learning from Danny Johnson, learning from Clemmer, learning from other coaches. I didn't go to a traditional school. I learned how to do something different that still created value. And yes, my kids just asked me this a few days ago. I would go back, because my school was free. I would have had a $100,000 education for free, and I still could have found a way to fit that in. So with what I know now about time management, yeah, I would have gone back, because for me, it's not so much about getting a degree to go to a job. For me, it's about every day I'm thinking about, how can I increase my value today? How can I bring more value to people? If I stop learning right now, if I stop learning on the things that interest me and my target people, clients, and audience, how I'm not going to bring in value in this business, then you better go and watch YouTube videos, read vlogs, articles, learn from the most amazing top people in health and nutrition, and become more valuable so that people will seek you out.
Awesome.
So that's just the same thing that I share with my kids. Every day Jude reads every single day, and I ask him every day, how are you making yourself more valuable? What are you reading? And what are you learning? And so, yeah, I'm still thinking about possibly going back to school. I'm just not sure if I'm going to go the traditional route or the non-traditional.
Okay.
But for me, it's all about, I love coaching. It helps me in my business. It helps me with people outside of my business. That is my passion. The USANA was the vehicle that has helped me to get there. And I still got to go through continued education and learning and growing.
Self-education.
For me, education is still a must because we never stop learning. If you stop learning, you stop growing, and you're going to, you'll put a stop to everything.
Monica, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for answering these questions really, really well and giving such value today to our call. And to end everything, would you mind just giving any last piece of advice to everyone who's watching? We have people who've been in for over 10 years on this call. One person I know has been in for 20 years that's on this call. People that have been in for 3 or 4, just all different levels. What's your advice to everybody who's watching and who's going to watch your recording? And
that I've had suffering from anxiety and depression. I haven't had any episodes in a long time because I know how to take care of myself. But every now and then that stuff pops up. Okay, it's still something I have to take care of on a daily basis. Okay, and there are times where, whether it's getting on stage, I've sang in front of 10,000 people at a USANA convention one year. I've spoken at the USANA stages, in local stages. When I have these episodes, it's like a nightmare happening before my eyes. And sometimes one of the biggest things that people having fear about in this business is approaching and inviting people, making that connection with people and following up. And that stops a lot of people. They stop right there. And I tell people, look, you have to get out of your head, okay? And you have to get into your heart. You have to stop focusing on what are people going to think of you if you get up on stage and flop. You have to stop thinking about, what are people going to think of you that you joined this network marketing business? You know what? You got to get in your head that network marketing is freaking amazing. Okay? It is absolutely incredible. And you're a badass if you join a network marketing business because it's not for the weak. If you're in this business, I don't care if you haven't enrolled one person or if you enrolled hundreds. You're a badass. You are not the norm. You have to be tough to be in this business, and especially to be in this business month after month, year after year, and not see the fruit of your labor. Or still be in a position where, oh my God, how am I going to overcome the fear that I have to build a business? You know what? I don't care what happened 5 minutes ago. Whatever happened 5 minutes ago is gone. You get to reinvent yourself right now. You get to reinvent yourself every day. You get to be different right now because you are you what you think, or are you more of what your behavior is? And you have to decide to. I heard somebody recently say, if you're going to go down, then you better go down big in life. And the last time I got on stage, I actually had an anxiety episode. And that was at Challenge U. And everything that I had written, everything that I had practiced in my head to say on stage, I forgot a lot about it because my anxiety showed up. Years ago, I would have been like, oh, Monica, you're so freaking stupid. You're dumb. You know what? You're never good enough. Nothing you do is right. See, everybody was right. See, your family was right about you. See, those people when you were a kid and they told you were dumb and stupid, they were right about you. I don't do that anymore. So you have to shut that voice down in your head. You have to go back to your why. Why do you do this? And not just 1 or 2 or 3 reasons why. I have 30 reasons why in my phone why I still continue to stay in this business and continue to pursue what I do. And so when I got on that stage, I knew I was having somewhat of an anxiety issue. And I had to do it anyways. And I got off that stage and I thought, you know what? It is what it is. And it's okay. It's okay if people thought it was stupid. It's okay if people didn't think it was. That's okay if they think that. But the fact that I even got up there and was able to overcome what was going on inside of my chest, that was a huge feat for me. And so for me, I always look at any process of any task or skill that you're pursuing and developing in the business. And pursuing anything in life, you just have to decide, you know what, man? If you're going to go down big, but when you go up, you're going to go up big. But you're not going to go up big unless you're willing to go down big. And you have to put yourself in that place and that mentality.
Ooh, great stuff. Thank you so much, Monica. I really, really appreciate your great advice today. I love this last story, and I was in the audience when you spoke at Challenge You, and it was great. So, and I had no idea you went through a anxiety attack prior. So, I mean, really, it was you. I remember you spoke great. I think Crystal was with you on stage, that a part of Challenge You. But thank you again, Monica, for sharing, for being so transparent, for sharing all the things you've overcome, and also giving us such great knowledge and great tips today. We're going to end the call by everybody unmuting their lines. Everyone, please unmute your lines and say thank you, Monica. Have an awesome day, and God bless.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you, Monica.
You're welcome,
Thank you,
you guys.
Monica.
Thank you, Rihanna.
Thank you, Monica.
I'm going to call you, Monica.
Yeah.